It's dark outside. I got sunnies on. I don't give a damn. All right, let's get into it. I'm making this video because I'm sick of what's been going on around YouTube, what's been going on in your feeds, what's been happening around the interwebs. Basically, what's been happening for the last few years, or really since the dawn of the internet, it feels like. All this hustle culture, Andrew Tate here in my garage with my Lamborghini, Ty Lopez, that kind of stuff. You get it. Basically, I'm here to tell you that entrepreneurship and side hustles, all of this stuff, it's not the way. It's not the way out. Now, I'm not some nobody sitting in their car in a Hungry Jack's car park at 10 o'clock at night wearing sunglasses. Or actually, technically I am. I do have some credit to what I'm saying. Not much. You know, I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm not Jeff Bezos. I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. Although I probably do look as much like an alien as him right now. But I've been sent down from the mothership to tell you that back in 2018, I did a business certificate. Here in Australia, we have something called TAFE. I did a certificate in something called New Small Business, which is aimed at teaching people how to start their own business from the ground up. If you've never started a business before, this is the course you would take. I've also tried every single side hustle there is, like everything, as well as trying to start some legitimate businesses. I've really ticked everything off of the tier list, the side hustle tier list. I've done everything from DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff like that, to Shopify, drop shipping, basically everything, even down to day trading. Done day trading, actually was quite good at that. But I'm here to tell you that it's not all what it's made up to be. You don't need to buy any course or anything like that, because you'll get the facts right here. Like, it's not all what it's made up to be. It's not what's sold. It's not what they try and feed you on your feed and what everyone tries to say. Basically, it's an IKEA Swedish meatball. If it's not horse meat, it's horse. Now, you're probably wondering, why is entrepreneurship not the answer when it's been shoved down my throat for the last half decade since COVID, and every second video on the platform is just another get-rich-quick guru, buy their course, and you'll be rich like them? Well, the first big reason is that actually a lot of people who are trying all these side hustles and are being fed this bullshit don't have any money in the first place. I know sure as hell I didn't, yet still here I was spending hundreds of dollars on advertising for drop shipping, putting all my life savings into day trading. And while, yes, I have to be honest, technically, on technication, it does work. Like, I made a few sales drop shipping and I learned everything I could about day trading for a long time and put it into action. And you know what? It works. Yeah, these side hustles work to a degree. What's not talked about enough is you actually need a lot of money for these things to work, and a lot of time on top of that. And the fact of the matter is, you either have a lot of time and a little bit of money, or you're making a bit and you got no time at all because you're working all the time. There's very, very few people that have a lot of money and a lot of time. And guess what? They're the people who are actually making this shit work. I just don't think that fact is spread around enough. Honestly, more people need to know this before they start doing dangerous things, getting into these types of schemes. Now, I'm going to talk about my business certificate and how that went down. So I was at TAFE for 2 years, did my certificate 4. And when I left, it was all hopes. It was like, yeah, bloody oath, let's go start a business. And again, ran into the first thing, had a lot of time, very little money, and if I had a bit of money to invest, you know what, I probably didn't have much time. So I finished my certificate in 2018. It's now been 7 years, and overall since then I've come to the conclusion that business is just not it, especially entrepreneurship, like starting from nothing. This hustle culture, it's not it. And I'm going to explain exactly why. Now, this goes back to the first point. You need money and time to invest. If you have one or the other and you don't have neither, your cards are stacked against you. Also, the truth is, starting a business just buys you a job. Like, if you have a job, even if you hate it, you're going to hate running a business more. The hours are longer, you got more work, there's more stress on your plate, and the tax is so much harder. This is something that doesn't get brought up enough either. Tax. Like, there's no way to escape it. Just the burden of having extra tax issues to sort out when you're making a bit of money on the side or starting your own business, it just doesn't make it worth it. It's such a headache. So basically, to round up, owning a business or being an entrepreneur, all it really does is buy you a job. And probably a job that you're not going to like as much as your current job. Due to the extra stress, the extra workload, so much that can go wrong, the extra tax burden, and also competition is steep. We're in late stage capitalism, guys. Almost every business that exists does exist, and they've got the biggest market share. Like, how are you going to compete? Unless you have mounds of cash, an extreme amount of time to invest into this, it's just not going to work out. I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but there's just not enough people telling the truth. So I'll go through a bit of a backstory of my situation. I left school in grade 10 in Australia. Didn't make it to year 12. I thought I could just escape the system and go to TAFE and learn business and never have to work a day in my life, and it would all work out fine. And you know what? It didn't work out how I thought it would work out, but I'm bloody glad it worked out how it did. The lessons I've learned and the things I've studied since leaving school has really set me up. Because I'm not here to be all doom and gloom, tell you like this like just give up. Because I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. Capitalism has a back door. There is an escape hatch. I've spent the last 7 years ruthlessly studying the system, how the society that we live in works, and exactly what you need to do to get out of it. But there's some things that you gotta learn first. And the first is that money is not the answer. And neither is materialism. Owning more shit, having more stuff, does not make you any happier. In fact, it actually just keeps you in the trap for longer. You've been fed a lie. You've been told that owning more shit and having more money is the secret. This is how you get ahead. But I'm here to tell you that less is more. Having less possessions, less things to maintain, less things to go wrong, less of a more mindset, and less of what you've been taught and told is exactly the way out. What you really want and what you're really craving is freedom. Pure freedom. Freedom over your time and freedom over your life. If you boil it down, this is what all of this entrepreneurial crap is about. Freedom over your time and freedom over your life. And there really is a backdoor in capitalism that allows this to happen. But it's not the way that you have been told, and it's not the way that has been shoved down your throat. In fact, this is not talked about. No one out here is talking about this. Not even Gary's economics. And I know he's got some good ideas and he's blowing up lately, but he's on another mission. There really is a way for you to work your normal job, live your normal life, and escape. But you're gonna have to retrain your brain a bit. You're gonna have to let go of possessions. You're gonna have to let go of materialism and all this thinking that has been trained in you since birth. A lot of it is letting go, and I'm here to help you let go. If any of this sounds appealing to you, subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to release everything in this one video. I could go on and on about it forever. We're going to have to take small steps here, where there's a lot of steps involved. There's a lot of rewiring to go on here. So leave a like, follow the journey. Thank you for watching.